When I was 8 years old, my mom gave me this awesome star chart for Christmas. It's called the Star Explorer. You rotate the circular disc and line up the date with the time, face south, and then hold this up over your head. What's displayed is an accurate representation of all the constellations in the sky. About 10 years later, Casio used a similar concept in their new Cosmo Phase watch, the CGW-50. But instead of stars, it maps the planets and their rotation around the sun by date and time, giving you a glimpse into the past, present, and future planetary alignments. This is truly one of the most unique and collectible watches Casio has ever made. So let's take a deeper look and find out some more about its hidden features. So this is a relatively diminutive watch. It measures 39 millimeters wide, 41 millimeters lug to lug, and 12 millimeters thick. So the crystal on this watch is acrylic, but in this case I really don't mind because it's quite domed and it tends to be a scratch magnet. A tube of polywatch is definitely mandatory and scratches can get buffed out with ease. But here you can see that the crystal is definitely domed and it makes it kind of quite difficult to photograph just due to the reflection of the light. This watch has a stainless steel case back with 4 screws and it contains module 830. I'll leave a link in the description to that document so you can check it out. This watch is also resistant to water for up to 100 meters. And also, surprisingly enough, this watch is set to tell the date and time from 1901 all the way up to the year 2200, which is very rare for a watch that was introduced in 1989. The case is really unique too. It's got 6 screw lugs on the outside, which are just cosmetic, and it's got 4 black buttons to control the features. So let's check those out. Let's quickly cycle through those features. So you can use the bottom left button to cycle through the functions, and the first one off the bat is the Cosmo function, which is solar system mode. Press it again and we've got a dual mode of both Halley's Comet and solar eclipse functions. We've also got 5 alarms with an hourly chime, a timer, and a stopwatch. There is no light on this watch, by the way. So let's first check out the dial in timekeeping mode. In big bold numbers at the bottom is the time, followed by the year, day, and date. But then up top is where the magic happens. That oval display houses the elliptical orbit of 7 planets around the sun, which is right in the center, in addition to an orbital display of Halley's Comet, which becomes visible on Earth every 76 years or so. And you can see that orbital path here going around the Sun, followed by Mercury, Venus, Earth, which is that hollow shape, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and finally Pluto. Pressing the demo button in the top right shows off that display by rotating the planets every second. The next 2 modes are the coolest. First off is the Cosmo function in solar system mode. In this mode you can see the exact planetary alignments in the solar system from any day over a 300-year period from 1901 to 2200. Pressing the bottom right of the watch will slowly start to cycle through the days, then will progressively increase in speed over months and years, giving you a fantastic look at the movement of the planets and, of course, Halley's Comet. It's mesmerizing and incredible to watch. And just keep in mind that this is in real time. This footage is not sped up at all. The second mode is Halley's Comet and solar eclipse mode. Pressing the top left button toggles between the 2 options. Halley's Comet is, of course, a short period comet that orbits around the Sun and becomes visible from Earth about every 76 years or so. And the last time it was visible from Earth was April of 1986. And interestingly, Casio also included the date of November 27th, 1985, which was when the comet made its inbound leg of its orbit, in addition to its outbound leg in April of 1986. And the next predicted viewing of Halley's comet from Earth is July 29th, 2061, and then again on May 7th of the year 2134. You can also track solar eclipses with this watch, and of course a solar eclipse is when the moon partially blocks the sun from Earth. And these can occur from 2 to a maximum of 5 times per year and can last over 7 minutes in duration. The next one is predicted to be December 14th of this year, followed by December 4th in 2021, and then again in April 8th of the year 2024, and of course many, many more times. And then finally, the alarm, timer, and stopwatch all use the planetary display in unique ways. In alarm mode, Halley's Comet streams across both the upper and lower display when activated. You can see that here with the comet coming from the top left to the bottom right. And in timer mode, the planets all shoot out away from the center when the countdown reaches 0. And last but not least, in stopwatch mode, the planets rotate around the sun in a straight line as it's counting up. So this Cosmo Phase CGW-50 watch is probably my favorite watch in my Casio collection, eclipsing even the Twin Graph 2, pun intended. And here's the watch on my wrist, and it actually wears pretty small considering that the case is about 39 millimeters wide. It sits pretty well on my wrist. I've got a 6.75 inch wrist, so on the smaller side, but it definitely fits nicely. But all in all, this is really a fun watch to wear. It's mesmerizing to watch the planets as the time goes by. And when it's in demo mode, you can just kind of glance down every so often and see the animation take place. Really, really cool. So anyway, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did, and definitely consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. I'm looking forward to showing off some more watches in the near future. Thanks a lot for watching.